Yo, it's Friday morning. I'm on my way to work, TGIFF. But before I leave, I want you to come out to the yard with me. I gotta go let the chickens in before I go, and I want to show you what's up for tonight. I'm super excited. It's May, the beginning of May. I think you all can probably guess what I'm so excited about. So let's go take a look. Come on, let's do it. Come on, let's do it. Off to work, but I think you know what I'm excited about. Here come the potatoes. But more importantly than that, it's the beginning of May. The season has begun. There's Mary Washington, and in the back, some beautiful purple passion. When I get home tonight, I'll pull, I don't know, they're not all that tall. That one is. I'll pull 1, 2, 3. So we'll have 3 tonight. Oh wait, there's 1. 4, a nice thin pencil asparagus. So I'll pick a few tonight. When I get home, I'll snip them and I'll bring them into the kitchen. So the next time you see those guys, they'll be on the counter. I'll see you all later today, TGIFF. See you then. I said it early this morning from out in the garden. TGIFF. Now it's Friday night. It's almost 9 p.m. I haven't even started cooking supper yet. For good reason. It's that time of the year. Got the lawns mowed for the first time today. But worse than that, I've been fighting for the past 2 nights. We had this early outbreak, massive outbreak of gypsy moth caterpillars. They're just coming out. I'm sorry. Can't say gypsy moth anymore. They identify as spongy moths now. But they're brutal. And they will decimate the fruit trees. I got 2 new pear trees in the ground. I got my peach tree, just finished flowering. Leaves are on it. So I've been dealing with those. But that's a whole nother story. Red quinoa. I have a crush on this lately. I cooked this last week. I've had white quinoa plenty of times before. I bought the black a couple of years ago. I never had the red. It's nutty, full of flavor, fantastic texture. I cooked a cup of this early last week, and I had it for 4 days, and I never got tired of it. I had it in salads. I had it as a side for dinner. I put some on my tostadas with salsa. So I'm just going to cook a half cup tonight and have it as a side with my dinner. Let's head over to the marble. We're doing everything by the stove tonight. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with this red quinoa. Come on, let's do it. Come on, let's do it. Here's that asparagus I picked tonight when I got home from work that we looked at this morning. I got 3 purple passion and 1 Mary Washington. I am psyched. First pick of the season. Now, the red quinoa. I got a nice piece of ahi tuna here. Sustainable, wild-caught ahi tuna. I'm going to sort of blacken that with my togarashi. It's my favorite way to cook it in a cast iron pan. Here's some water. And the way you cook this quinoa, you kind of do it like rice. Almost a 2-to-1. So I'm going to go a half cup. And I've got almost a cup of water. I'll go actually shy of a half cup of the quinoa and shy of a cup of water because this stuff kind of blows up. I cooked that cup, and like I said, I did not get tired of it, but I was eating it all week. It just almost doubles in size in the pot. You'll see. So the way we're going to do this, you cook it like rice. There's many preparations, but I did it just with onion and garlic. And I'm going to do the same thing tonight. So I'll prep off camera. I'm going to just chop my onion finely, chop my garlic. But this stuff's on the counter. I used it for tostadas for lunch today. I got a little bit of a tomato. I'll seed it out and chop that. I'll use just a little bit of this jalapeno. And let's see how that flavors up the quinoa. So let me get prepped, and then we'll start this on the stove. All right. Everything's prepped. I'm going to get my flame on here, warm my pan up. I've got the back burner on also with the Chinese steamer. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to steam the asparagus in there. And then when we're ready to do the ahi, I get a frying pan out. Looks like the cast iron's still in the sink. I have not washed this morning's dishes yet. So we'll use the 40-year-old black seasoned omelet pan. Let's get a little olive oil in here. By the way, I went to a lecture, some talks in Rosendale last week at the theater. It was very interesting. Steve Dubner spoke from Freakonomics, and Neil, I'm sorry, I can't remember his last name, the guy who started Casper Mattress, and he told a great story. One of his buddies started this Graza oil company. It was a very fascinating story, the marketing behind this. Okay, let's get the onion in. Turn this down a little. I can already feel it's getting too hot. It's smoking. So the onion might get a little hot. Let's get it in. You know what? I'm going to put the tomato too to cool down the oil. Do those together. Get a little jalapeno in there, just a tiny bit. I don't want to spice this up too much. I don't know how these flavors are going to go with the quinoa. The onion and garlic was fantastic. I can't see how a little tomato and jalapeno would ruin anything. Give those a minute. Now I'm using water. Of course, this can be done with a stock and probably is even preferable. I don't happen to have any stock in the house at the moment. Shocker. But the water is fine. Had I not been starting so late, I would have made a quick stock with my onion peels, the end of that tomato. But after all the work outside, I just want to get moving. Well, garlic. Okay, let's put our quinoa in. And let's go in with the water. And I said it was 2 to 1. I may go with a little bit less than all of this water, because you want it to kind of absorb and dry up. And I realize all this veg is going to release water. So I didn't put all of my water in. Let's see how this works out. Kind of playing, kind of experimenting. Onion, garlic, jalapeno, tomato, red quinoa, and water. Gonna go low, put the cover on, and I'm actually gonna switch burners. I'm gonna push this to the back because that has a lower BTU back there. You want it to slowly absorb, just like you're cooking rice. This water's already boiling. That's gonna go 10 minutes. Let's put our fresh picked asparagus in. The beginning of the season. I already snapped these off where they wanted to snap. We've talked about asparagus. It'll snap where it wants to, but I did that on the plant. So this should all be doable. Let's steam those beauties up. I'll see you all in 10 minutes and we'll cook the fish. All right, 10 minutes. That's the timer. Let's see what things are looking like in here. This is the asparagus. Let's give it a tenderization test. Beautiful. This fresh pick, by the way, you don't have to overcook. I think that's good. Let's pull this forward and take a look at our quinoa. Still some water in there. It's kind of like rice though. It'll absorb when you turn it off, but I think we're going to leave this on for a few more minutes. Okay. Good thing I didn't put all that water, right? I knew the veg was going to spit some out. Let's give it 3 or 4 more minutes. I'll see you in a few. All right, let's see how we're doing now. Gave it a little extra time. Yes. Dry it out. So now, just like a rice, I'm going to put the cover on, push it off the heat, and just let it sit. Red quinoa. Now, by the way, this is not, I was under the misconception that this was low carb. It's not. There's plenty of carbohydrates in this. So you keto people might not be wanting to use it. However, super high in antioxidant. Got some protein. And I just love it for the taste, but even more for the texture. Now, I changed my tune on the tuna. I was going to go togarashi and blacken it, but I did that. I actually did that a night or 2 ago. I'm eating tuna like 2 nights in a row. No problem with that. But when I went in to get another ice cube for those vodka seltzers, you know, you're watching this on Sunday. It's Friday night here. I forgot I had this cannabis butter. So I think what I'm going to do is just use one of those. Now, I did butter and I did coconut oil. This, I don't remember what I have left. I'll be able to smell it when it melts. And what I think I'm going to do, instead of blackening this fish, is melt this butter, or is it the coconut? No, this is butter. Okay, can of butter. And I think I'm going to just cook the fish in a little more gentle manner than a blackening, because I had that the other night. In fact, it's just starting to melt now. I'm going to put it right in that butter. No seasoning, no high heat. This is just, I'm playing around. It's Friday night. Now, I don't know if this is going to, you know, this is not for any effect of THC or anything. I just needed to get rid of some plant. This is a good way to do it. Although, who knows? TGIFF, that would be a bonus, right? And let's do a little basting. Let me sample this. Oh, that's got a nice flavor. Oh. I did the whole curing thing, so I got most of that chlorophyll grassy taste out of it. I love that flavor of cannabis. Let's give her a flip. Not the most vibrant, colorful looking dish. I realize it's a little funky. But funk is also the root of functional. And I think this is going to be a functional dinner in terms of flavor, health, possibly buzz. Right, and I like my tuna on the rare side in the middle. So I think we're going to turn this off. You know what? Let's go with a little togarashi, not as a blackening agent, just as a spice. This is about as improv as it gets. All right, I'm gonna let that sit on the pan while we plate up the rest. Let's pull this over to the board. Come on, let's do it. Come on, let's do it. Okay, let's start with the quinoa. The red quinoa, steamed with sauteed onion, tomato, jalapeno, and garlic, and then straight up water. And let's place our tuna down. Now let's see how we did in the middle here. Ooh, too rare. I'm gonna put it back on. All right, I put it back in, and then I had one of those light bulb moments. First of all, I raised up the heat, so the butter is starting to brown. So I thought, ooh, brown butter. I had a few capers left in the fridge, so I threw those in. Replaced that, and I went with a little, you know, I'm cutting lemons anyway for the vodka seltzer. So this turned into a little brown butter and capers. All right, let's see how it looks in the middle now. I'm confident. I'm going to plate it back up. Great dinner. Took forever. I don't know. I said the quinoa was the star of the show. I don't know, man. I think this just took top billing. Nothing like it. First asparagus of 2024. I'll see you for the next episode. Come on, let's do it.